To be honest, whenever I write music and whenever I present something to this world, I always think like the beauty of music is that it doesn't have a specific message.
It is, like I was saying, fantastic to see you. And tell me, how have you been doing like these last couple of weeks, leading up to the release? How have you been feeling?
First, I was very nervous. I was very nervous, butterflies in my stomach every day. Um, Even after shooting the music video, because I shot that in May, actually. So
Oh, okay.
leading up to it, it was very exciting. Very nerve wracking. But I'm glad because I had like 2 weeks of quarantine because I just came to Korea. So I got to really focus on just the release, and I was glad I had that time because it was hectic. Yeah.
Hmm. And congratulations on the track. It's doing so well. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yay!
much.
It was,
Yes.
it was really, really a lovely track. Really put a smile on my face when I saw it.
I'm
Can you
glad.
tell me a little bit about, what you had in mind while you were writing it? Because I know you have mentioned you wrote it like 2 years ago. So why
Mhm.
did you feel now was the right time to release this song?
I wrote it 2 years ago, and even then, I wanted to release this for my next solo single. So not that it was like the right time for me to release the single. It was more that was my plan. It had to be prolonged because of the situations, and I really just couldn't release music. So when the first second I got the chance, and I got I could release music. This was first in line. Lazy was first in line. I had, I
Awesome.
mean, ever since then I
Awesome.
had like my plan. I was like, okay, I want to release Lazy. I want to release this and blah blah blah. So I'm just working through the process. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And tell me a little bit about how you met Reddy and how did you feel he was the right collaborator for this?
Well, Reddy, it's actually funny because he started sharing our music on his Instagram like story, and I somehow came across it, and I started commenting on him because I knew of him as well, like from the show Show Me the Money, and like him as a rapper. And then we started commenting each other's stuff, and then he slid into my DMs, and I was like, "Hey, let's have some coffee." And then I met him up, and we were just talking about music, and he was showing me all his like tracks that he's written, and he was kind of like, I want to kind of collaborate on some of this stuff, and I was like, actually, I have the perfect song for your tone, and that was Lazy. So I let him hear it, and he loved it, and that was like nearly a year and a half ago when I first showed him the track. So yeah, it's been a while,
Ah,
but he
okay.
kept his promise. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, awesome. I like there's a little allusion to the meeting over internet on the in the video itself because you the whole TikTok frame and everything, right?
yeah,
Which is
yeah,
really fun.
definitely.
Yeah. But I have to tell you that when I first heard the song, right, I was talking about the relatability of this track. Like, no matter what meaning you take from it, no matter who you are, everyone is able to relate to it, which I think is just so beautiful. Because for me personally, I had a really hard time over the past like couple of months,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like on the verge of this crazy burnout. Like I was like, oh my god, like
Mm,
I just feel so terrible and I'm not
yeah,
working hard enough, I'm being lazy. And when I watched the video and heard the song, I was like, you know what, like maybe it's okay to be a little lazy and take a break.
yeah. I'm
And
so
my
glad you felt that
brothers
way.
had, yeah, for sure. And it's fun because my brothers had an opposite reaction because they were sort of lazing around this entire quarantine. And when they
Mm.
watched the video, they were like, okay, we need to get up and maybe start getting our lives together a little bit because they felt so motivated. So,
Oh yes.
like, yeah, so it's so many different meanings for different people, which I think is so lovely. But like, what did you sort of have in mind as the message, while writing this track? Like, what did you
Mhm.
hope that people take away from it when they listen to it?
To be honest, whenever I write music and whenever I present something to this world, I always think like the beauty of music is that it doesn't have a specific message. It could, like you said, for somebody it could mean like, oh, like maybe it's okay to be lazy. And for somebody, it could really motivate them to get up. And that's, I think, even with the Roses music, even with my solo music, that's always the message. Like, it's okay. The feelings we're feeling, the actions we're taking, it's all normal. Like, you might feel like special. Oh, maybe I'm the only one, not working hard. If maybe I'm the only one working too hard. But no, we're all humans. We all feel the same things. Like even when we're sad, like it's okay to be sad. It's not a special thing. We are all sad. We're all happy. It's just the fact that you have to accept it and kind of like learn from it and try to go take a step forward. Or, even if you take steps back, you kind of look at yourself and say, what can I do next? And I think that's the motive behind it. I do have a personal message, but I usually don't say it. That's just for me when I write the music, and that's how I interpret it. But I don't want anyone to get stuck in my interpretation. I think the music is for you guys. I wrote it for people who wants to listen to it. So yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
you got to feel certain emotions with that. I'm so
No,
happy.
for
That's
sure.
the
Thank
only
you.
reason why I write music. Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I mean, whether it's your solo music or whether it's all of the Roses music, I think there is something so comforting about it, something so nostalgic about it. Like you just feel like family, in a lot of ways.
Thank you. Oh, amazing. We're all connected. The energy is there.
Yes, all
Yes.
connected. But
Yes.
tell me a little bit about like shooting the music video because I know Jay was in it, which was super fun. So when did
Mhm.
you like sort of come up with the concept for it, and did you know exactly what you wanted to do? Tell me a little bit about the process.
Well, because I had the song for such a long time, I really like it was always like it would randomly pop up in my head whenever I had to re-listen to the track, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. So basically the theme, the rough idea that I had was like, I need a room that looks aesthetic with colors and very messy. And I had some reference photos that I showed the music video team. And I was like, the point is, I'm here, the dirty room, and in the end, I'm I do a whole makeover. That's the big idea I have, and we talked it out, and we really finessed it together with the music video team, and they really pulled through with the room, the aesthetics, the middle storyline. It was all incorporated together actually, and I was very happy about it, and it was amazing because it was literally like I've been imagining it for so long, and once it came to
Right.
life, it was like, wow, we did it. I was very happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved, your post makeover, that transformation. You look so
Yes.
stunning. Everyone just
Thank
goes,
you.
like, whenever I show them the video, which is really, really fun, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah.
But, I know like because I was watching the Debak podcast with Debak Show podcast with Eric, which was such a good episode, by the way. I really enjoyed that, like seeing you on there.
Yes.
And you talked, yeah, it was so good. And I saw you talk about your upcoming music and what you're working on. So like, can you give us like a bit of a spoiler? Like, can you tell us about what is the next album gonna sound like? How different is it gonna be?
Hmm. Okay, so the album that's gonna come out soon, that I'll be releasing soon, that album I already finished. Like I had all those songs finished before I went to America.
Oh
So
wow,
so
okay.
for me, like it's like the music I made before I went to America and the music I made after I went to America. It's because they're very different styles. The music I'm making right now, what I'm writing is very different style from, like, for example, Lazy. And
Right.
that whole album that I'm trying to prepare right now, Lazy, actually goes with a lot of the other songs. So we have the same vibe, like positivity, very kind of
Mm.
brighter colors, visually. And I just couldn't release what I'm writing like right now recently before all this, just because I've had these songs and they're my babies and I really want to present it to you guys. So I'm going in order here, but all I could say is yes, there are different styles and different, style of genre. However, they fit well together.
Okay.
And I'm literally I'm changing the plans as I go. So even if I wanted to tell you like this is my plan, I can't, because I like as I released Lazy, I think there's more opportunities coming, more like different things we could try. Like I'm learning as I go as well. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should go this way, or maybe we should do a single, or maybe we should do two singles. Maybe it should all be just one album. Like I'm figuring it out too, but soon. That's
Yeah.
all I can say. Soon.
One thing I was super curious about is the Rose as Woosung versus Woosung as a solo artist. To you, what is the main difference between these two facets of your life?
Um, I mean, for me, I mean, I think it's like with the Rose, it's four brains, right? We write our songs within ourselves, and we have different opinions about things. We always argue, which is good. We fight over it, and we come to a conclusion with one piece of music or art, whatever it may be. For Wu Song, it's just my idea. So it's like the pros and cons are it really varies because a pro would be, the process is a little bit faster. I just have to go with my idea and I just go straight forward. The con is I don't have anyone to share that experience with while I'm writing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? With a Rose, we have so many good memories of us fighting, us agreeing on something. And it really feels like when we make a certain song, it feels like we did it together. But it's a little lonely road with the solo when you're writing, and then in the writing process. For me, it's usually just in my bedroom by myself, on a plane, like in a taxi, in a car. So two different experiences with different ups and downs, but definitely enjoy
Mhm.
them all. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the things that, inspire a lot of your songwriting? Like, what are things that, is it, pop culture? Is it other music, other artists? What are some things that you draw inspiration from?
I think my daily life and just how I feel, definitely, because for someone who does music, I know I'm not too informed in like different artists, like new artists. Like, I'm not the type to really research everybody and know the trend, and I should. And I think I'm getting better at it because now I'm even watching like Korean dramas or like listening to OSTs. And every time a new artist comes out, I try to listen and watch their music video to learn more. But my background, to be honest, it was very personal. Like I just like to listen to things that I really get into. So if I get into a song, I would listen to that song for a whole year, um, on repeat, and that's the type of person I am. So for me, definitely how I felt, what I wanted to, kind of present, what I thought was like a good message, and same with the Rose. It's just us four trying to create something, that's ours, and that hopefully people could
Yeah.
relate to. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're one of the most interesting artists in the scene today. Like there is no doubt about that because every time, like whether, like I mean, the Rose is also interesting. Wusang is also very interesting because every time you guys come up with music, when you drop something solo, there is so much exploration of different genres, different themes, and you surprise us each time, which I think is so much fun. And what would you say is, your like the motivation behind your creative drive?
The motivation. I think no, I know that, when we, like you said, when we do come out with something and when we see the fans' reactions, when we hear their feedback, that's what keeps us going, to be honest. That's what keeps me going. I release something because we're not doing music for ourselves. Like if we wanted to do that, we would just make a song, listen to it myself in my MP3 or my phone. But no, it's not for that. It's for, whoever's listening. Do they like it? Do they enjoy it? How do they feel about it? So not gonna lie, I watch all the reaction videos for the music video, and like because we have like pointers in there that we think, maybe this would give them certain reactions, or maybe this would, make them feel a certain way, or maybe they could get something out of this. And it's so fun. And that's what, even at the hardest times, because there's many times where things just don't go the way you want, especially in the process of doing things individually, like as an independent artist. It's like you try to make something goes the wrong way, it's harder to get it around, and you just gotta kind of make it work. However, every time that happened, what pulled me harder was I was just like, okay, I have one goal, I have to release this, and let the black roses here. this music that I have in my mind. That's the only
Yeah.
way I could repay for all the love and support, right? So
Hmm.
that's what pushed
Yeah,
me.
like definitely you're always there to comfort all of us, which I think is just the best thing ever about music, isn't it?
It is. It
Yeah.
is that. It is the best part of music.
Yeah. Like from when began your career right up till
Mhm.
now, right up till today, what do you think like you are most proud of in your, entire evolution as an artist? Like what do you think back on and think like, oh man, like I did that, you know?
Mhm. I think for me, rather than just like one experience, it was more of just like looking back. It's more of I'm glad I stuck with music, and because there it, sometimes it just I've been doing music for like 10 years, like professionally now,
Right.
and I debuted after like the fifth, sixth year of just training basically, or not being able to present music at all. But if I gave up in that time, I would have never, got this far. I'm not saying, I'm at where I want to be or like the furthest I could be, but if you stick with it, usually, it becomes something. Even if I didn't become an artist, there's always, if you stick with something for long enough, it takes you to a road, and you'll be satisfied with it. It doesn't have to be exactly what you thought in the beginning, but it takes you on different roads. Like for me too, I never thought I was gonna be doing a band, but you know what I
Right.
mean. Because I stuck with music, I got to meet my great members, and we got to tour the world, and now I get to do solo while they're gone in the army. So I just take it step by step as I go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know how popular you guys are in India? Like, have you heard any of the fanfare? Because you're massive here.
No, now I know. Now I know because I've been seeing a lot of comments and videos as well. So we did, because we've never been to India. We never had the chance to go to India because I really want to go to. I've never been. I've never been. Like the closest I've been, I've had Indian food a lot. I love Indian food, but like I was so excited that we did have fans there that wanted to hear the music, because then now if we go on a tour, we could maybe go and see all our Indian fans. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. India is, I think, since the 90s, we've been super into our rock bands and our rock acts.
Wow.
So as soon as you guys debuted, right, like with Sorry, I think it sent like this ripple through our country because it's
Hmm.
also like attracting a lot of people who aren't strictly maybe into K-pop or into the K-pop scene. It's also other people who just enjoy good rock music, you know?
I
So
love
your
that.
fan base here is bigger than you think it is, and we keep getting requests like almost every day, like, "Oh my God, please interview Woosung, please interview the Rose."
Really?
So every day, I'm not kidding. Yeah,
Yes,
it's a
I'm
lot of.
glad we're doing this.
But have you heard of any Indian artists, any Indian music? Is there something you're curious about that you want to know?
No, I recently got the same question, and no, I haven't. I would love some recommendations. So I told the other person too. I was like, "Can you recommend me some of the Indian artists?" I'm waiting for the email still. Yeah, so let me know. I'm down to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think a collaboration or something would be quite fun, hopefully in the future.
Yes. What kind of rock music do Indian artists do? Or like what kind of bands are there? I mean, of course there's a lot of bands, but like what's
Yeah.
really like popular there? Yeah.
So mostly like pop rock, I think would be the main sort of sound that's popular. I think alt rock, a little bit of pop punk. Metal was
Mm.
really big like a couple of years ago, but we're seeing, and then it kind of died out, and now we're seeing a resurgence happening again this year, which is really
Oh
fascinating.
wow.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of different sounds, and we also have some amazing jazz influenced and blues influenced bands, which are
Wow. Okay.
amazing. They do so well at live shows over here, which kind of shocked us as well, you know?
I bet. Bands are
Yeah.
live shows for bands. I love that. I
Yeah,
love watching
yeah.
live shows like that. Yeah.
We have a good scene. You guys, you need to come here and have like a really good gig with us here in India. I assure you,
Invite
it's a lot
us.
of fun.
We'll
Yes,
go.
I'll work on that. I shall work on that. But tell me, is there any sort of message that you have specifically for your Indian black roses?
For my fellow Indian Black Roses, I miss you. And I hope to see you guys soon. And I really want to go to India and perform. We want to go to India and perform as a Rose. Or, we really want to hold a show there if you guys have never been to our show because it's a different experience. I mean, there's one thing, like, of course, video is amazing. Now with the technology, we don't even have to meet and we could still connect with each other. But the energy is so different once we get to be in the same space, you know, same goal, same purpose. So I'm excited to see you guys hopefully soon. Thank you for the love and support. Really, I couldn't have done it without you guys. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting for you, like we really are. And do you have any more plans for 2021 that you can sort of reveal now? Tell us about anything exciting coming?
Um, I mean, there's a lot coming in. There's a lot coming in as far as like, yeah, musically or exciting projects, I would say. So, I mean, I won't be MIA for long. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's good to hear. It's really, really good to have you back.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Ready?